This is what I want to know. Number one, did he have an assault family household impeding breath or circulation? Is that case pending?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is it against the witness who's testifying?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
And then the new case, which is, I guess, violation of protective order
And criminal mischief is against.
and criminal mischief, is it against this person?
Yes, Your Honor.
She admits she let him in. She admits she asked him for money. But the judge is about to tell him why none of that matters. Dorian's defense is simple. How can he be a criminal if the victim opened the door for him? It sounds like the perfect argument to get out of jail. But the prosecution has a trump card. They aren't looking at how the visit started. They're looking at how it ended in the parking lot with a weapon and a destroyed car. As you watch, decide for yourself. Did the victim set him up for failure, or did he seal his own fate the moment he lost his temper?
All right, we're here on a motion to set bond. Defense is requesting that a bond amount be set in the amount of $20,000. And my understanding, state you are not in agreement.
This is correct.
All right, are there any witnesses?
Yes, Your Honor. This time state would call Ms. Jasmine Timpson.
All right, could you raise your right hand for me, miss? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Jasmine Gary Timpson.
All right, any objection to the witness appearing by Zoom?
None from the state.
None for defense, Your Honor.
All right, just one moment. All right, you may proceed.
Good afternoon, Ms. Timpson.
Hello, good afternoon.
I know you probably can't see me, but can you hear me okay?
I could hear you fine, yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, do you have any way of knowing someone by the name of Dorian Xavier Gutierrez?
Yes,
How do you know that person?
we were together for almost 11 years.
Okay. Can you describe your relationship to the court during those 11 years?
We met not in good places. We were both addicts of meth. A couple of years. I had got pregnant with his first kid, got sober, been sober since. He had got sober a little right after me. We kind of started from the bottom, worked our way up to the top. We were in really good place. We were at a very, very good place. It just kind of got rocky within the last year. I would say like the beginning of 2024 up until now, of course. It's never been this messy. We now have 4 kids together. That's how I know him. That's our history, pretty much, just being together for 11 years. But it's never been this bad.
And when did things start getting bad between the two of you?
I would say in a little after, in 2024 for sure, within the year. But it gradually, it was stuff that we were able to tolerate, right? Arguments here and there. But I would say maybe February of last year is when it kind of got bad. March up until January is when it was very, 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 very bad.
Okay. Can you please describe to the court what you mean by being very, very, very bad?
Well, as far as, I mean, and I'm not saying I know Dorian, I know what he's capable of doing. He's a very good person, has a very good heart. He loves his kids dearly. But I really think what got in the way was his coworkers, his job at the time. He was very solid. He's a great worker. He was at the wrong place at the wrong time. And I truly believe, with me knowing him, being with him for 11 years, he was in the wrong place, wrong time, got caught up. He started using. I would question his behavior. There's stuff that I witnessed at home that I know that was not normal behavior. It was, I would say, November. I mean, he didn't spend Halloween. We have twins that are 2. Halloween, he decided to work, which is fine. He was at work, but he missed all of holidays of last year. Halloween, Thanksgiving, and even Christmas. He was not with us at all. I know that he was using. I just could never prove it. When that incident between me and him had happened in January, I know for certain that he was using. Again, I just couldn't prove it.
Okay, let me stop you right there if you don't mind, ma'am.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you describe to the court the incident you're talking about in January?
When me and him, we got into it. I mean, I pulled out a knife on him. He choked me. I called the police. We both went into jail, did our statements. He got arrested, bonded out. CPS got involved. We both were assigned to a class that I completed. He did not complete. My caseworker had shared with me that Dorian had tested positive for methamphetamine and cocaine. Um, he wasn't active with the kids at all. Um, Even when his grandma was available, there was times where he chose to be out with in the street. I don't know what he was doing, but he didn't see his kids as much as he should have. And I mean, and I guess that's where I'm torn at.
All right, so just a moment. All right, this is what I want to know. I want to know about a protective order being in place. That's what I want to know about.
So
And
I
the-
had
The time
Hold on,
frame.
Ms. Stetson. Yes, I was about to get to you. Now, after that January incident, Ms. Stetson, did you have any contact at all with Mr. Gonzalez? Or
Mr. Gutierrez. Yes, we did.
To your knowledge, was he supposed to have contact with you?
I would have to say, I'm not gonna lie, it was 50-50. When we had contact, it wasn't bad. It was him so he could see the kids. It was me and him, but it wasn't a bad visit when there was contact, the rare contacts that we did have.
Are you aware of any conditions of his release for the incident that you're involved in with him?
I don't understand your question. Or
Are you aware? And this is what I think the question is, are you aware that there was a no contact order that was in place?
Yes, from my CPS caseworker, yes. I never got the paperwork.
And did you have a further occurrence with him in June of this year?
Yes.
Can you please describe what that occurrence was like with the court?
In June, I was at home at my apartment that me and the kids live at. He had called, I want to say, I don't know if it was one of the kids, he had called them and told them that he was on his way. And so I had called, I want to say maybe I called him and was like, hey, like, how do you know where I live? Come to find out, he was at our house. He came to our house. I let him in, and that's when it went left from that incident in June. To fast forward, I had broke his chain that he had on. I mean, because the kids are seeing his dad. He's got on new shoes, new clothes. He's got on a gold chain, Apple Watch, yet he can't buy diapers. I've got more diapers from his grandma than him. Promised the kids shoes, that never came into play. So I'm mad, of course. One, he showed up at my house. Two, I did let him in. That was my fault. I broke his chain. He left. He gets in his rental car, and then he speeds up to my car, and he gets out and stabs my tire due to me pulling his gold chain that his girlfriend bought him.
Okay. Was there anything else that occurred that day?
No, after that, I mean, he took off. Of course, I made the report. After that, no. CPS got involved again because of that, because he did all of that in front of the kids. So after that incident, no, we stopped talking. I decided to block his number because it wasn't going anywhere. I blocked his number from the kids' tablets because my kids are dying to see their dad and he's not making anything happen for them. He has not seen his kids at all, really. And when he's had the chance, he hasn't.
Hold on,
All right,
Ms.
thank
Stetson.
you. All right, you want to pass the witness?
Just one last question, if I may, please. Do you feel that the defendant should be released from custody? Mr. Gutierrez? Do you want to have contact with him?
I want him to get help. And I also, if you don't mind me saying my little 2 cents, prior to that incident that happened in January, I really don't have a good relationship with his family. And he knows that. They're not really good. They're good people. They love hard. However, I didn't like how Dorian was treated. And two, I felt like they didn't really do much for my kids. Before that incident happened in January, I reached out to his dad. I reached out to his grandma, Eloise. I reached out to his mother, Lori. I said, look, I need help because I know Dorian is going.
So I'm so sorry. I'm going to interrupt you because what is happening between you and his family is
Right.
really not relevant for this hearing. Do you have any questions, defense?
It's the witness.
Thank you. Ms. Tipton, y'all were living together up until the first incident that you described in January, is that right?
Right.
And y'all had lived uninterruptedly for at least a few years in that home, is that right?
Yeah, we were fine.
And then he moved out or did no longer live with you, and part of that was because you were aware there was a no contact, right?
Right.
And as you mentioned, CPS got involved in this case, and they contacted both yourself and Dorian, right?
Yes.
And you can recall that the CPS worker went over with you that you were not to be contacting Dorian, isn't that right?
Right.
And that he was not to be contacting you, right?
Right.
But it is true, and it's fair to say that you did in fact contact Dorian on several occasions since that time, right?
Vice versa. Yeah, we both did. Yes.
And it's also fair to say that because of your frustration with the children and his interacting with them, that you had maybe tried to guilt trip him a little bit about not seeing them. Is that right?
No. Negative.
Is it true that you sent text messages to him requesting that he come over to see his kids?
Never gave him the address, but I was pushing that more so visiting us at like a park, a public place. Never did I invite him to my apartment.
And you also were asking him or telling him that he needed to provide you some sort of funds, monetary funds in order to provide for their care. Is that right?
Well, yeah, diapers, necessities that kids need. Yes, of course.
And at the same time, you're also aware that he is not, if he's under a no contact order, that does make it difficult, and that makes it to where he's not to be seeing you or communicating with you or being around even the children when they're with you, right?
Right, but he had people in place to where he could still see the kids. It wasn't even me at that point. It was the people that were ordered to be with him to see the kids. He decided not to see the kids. Continue.
But so what I'm asking you though is that the way it was set up with CPS is that his grandmother, Eloise, was the person to pick up the kids, right? And supervise his visitation with them. Isn't that what the orders state?
Yes, Eloise and his father, yes.
But it's true that you were also reaching directly out to Dorian in order to try to get him to see the kids outside of that. Isn't that true?
Yes. And I mean, yeah, and he came to my apartment without my knowledge. I've never gave him, there's no paper trail text that I gave him my
Okay, all
address.
right, okay, so here's the thing, and this is what I want everybody to understand. I understand that these types of cases get heated. This is not the time for people to have their therapy sessions. This is what I want to know. Number one, did he have an assault family household impeding breath or circulation? Is that case pending?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is it against the witness who's testifying?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
And then the new case, which is, I guess, violation of protective order
And criminal mischief is against. the
and
same-
criminal mischief, is it against this person?
Yes. Your
Yes.
Honor.
What I'm telling everybody here, legally, and you can take it to your legislature, but you are not entitled to a bond, and I'm not going to give you a bond. And what everybody needs to understand is when somebody has a protective order in place, I understand that sometimes people's whole thing, when I was a defense attorney, they just want their boyfriend to behave. They want their boyfriend to be a good boyfriend. That's why they continue to contact them. That is not what the law is for. So he is on bond for assault, family, household, impeding breath or circulation against this complainant. You pick up another violation of protective order. I think everybody knows whether the complainant reaches out to you or not, which, the order is in place to protect whoever the complainant is. You are not supposed to go over to that person's house. You're not supposed to contact that person. Even if that person is contacting you, you're not supposed to respond. That's what the no contact order is. So the court is denying your motion for bond. You will not be given a bond by me.
Your Honor, is there any way that I can at least address the court on some of these issues, just to at least make my record?
Yes.
In terms of clearly, what trying to abide by these orders, there has been several instances of contact and communication by Ms. Tipson to him, to Mr. Gutierrez. And of course, it seems to me that if the children, more than anything else, that maybe stokes his feelings of guilt or his desire to help with the kids or what have you, it's been impressed upon him, Judge, since this time to have absolutely no contact whatsoever. And so I'm asking the court to consider a more narrowly tailored means by placing him on GPS, in a zero tolerance manner, so that he's able to work, he's able to be to spend that time with his children. I think by the Tipson's account, he is a good father. I think that the children would suffer if he was not able to be able to have that. And so, I would very much and sincerely ask the court to consider that or take that under advisement. As a matter of fact, his grandmother, who's the supervisor on the CPS case, is actually here as well today, in support of him and willing to speak to the court. That's who he will, that's who the kids will be with, if there's supervision that needs to be done pursuant to CPS. So it's for those reasons, Your Honor, that I'm asking the court to consider.
And I want you to know, I've heard your counsel's argument. I've internalized it. This is what I want you to hear from me. You were on bond for assault, choking, family. The complainant who's on the screen is the complainant in that case. And then you had an order, and it was a protective order, that you were not to have contact with her. Then based upon her testimony, you had contact with her at her home or apartment or wherever it was. Now, with regards to the slashing of the tires, she's saying that you slashed her tires after she tore your chain. The issue is you're on bond for assault, choking against this complainant who's testifying, and then you pick up a violation of protective order. The motion for bond is denied. All right, thank you.
So in the end, Dorian stays locked up. The judge decided that his inability to walk away from a conflict, even one over a necklace, makes him too dangerous to be around his children. But this case is messy. If Jasmine hadn't pulled his chain, would he have slashed her tires? Or was violence inevitable the moment he walked through that door? Who do you blame more here? Drop your thoughts below.